had no body. We had no eyewitnesses to the murder. We had no forensic evidence.
Dave Clifford was investigating the disappearance of a young man from Palmerston North, well aware he had a tough road ahead. Nicholas Pike had been hanging out with violent criminal Stephen Hudson when he vanished in 2002.
It was described that Nick was Hudson's bitch, and he would be at his beck and call. Around that time, there had been a newspaper article that Nick was a police informant, and that concerned us greatly.
Stephen Hudson had recently been arrested for 2 serious assaults. He was known to be among the last people to see Nick, but refused to shed any light on where Nick was.
He was most unhelpful. The only thing he would say that was there was a warrant out for Nick's arrest, which there was for a minor drug dealing matter, and he was laying low. And that was essentially all he would say to us. He wouldn't formally give us anything. So we went and spoke with Hudson's girlfriend. To me, she seemed to be the key to the investigation, to Nick's disappearance. This girl was from a good family. She had aligned herself with this bad criminal, and she just wanted to see what the life on the other side was like. She was visiting Hudson in prison. She was doing his bidding. She was very difficult to deal with, obstructive and very unhelpful.
Hudson was behind bars for the next 11 years for the earlier assaults.
It seemed to me that she wouldn't be loyal to him for that amount of time. So over the intervening next 3 or 4 years, I kept some loose contact with her. I'd appeal to her at various stages. I'd speak with her parents, trying to put pressure on that way. She got married, she had some children.
In March 2007, on the 5th anniversary of Nick's last sighting, Dave Clifford made one more attempt to speak with Hudson's ex-girlfriend.
In conjunction with that date, I made an approach to this girl again. She listened to us. We gave her some letters from Mr. and Mrs. Pike and Nick's brother. A letter directly to her, which I'd had for 2 years. I'd been waiting for the right time to give it to her. And really it was an honest, heartfelt plea from them that please help the police.
What have you remembered then, Cheryl?
I believed that she would come around. She had the children, so she knew then what it would be like to have someone that she loved and could understand the difficulty Nick Pike's mum and dad and brother were going through. We spent an hour or so with this young lady. She told us that they were driving along the desert road early evening, 5 or 6 o'clock on the evening of the 18th of March 2002.
We're going to make a quick stop, just up here.
And they got to a side road. Hudson stopped all of a sudden, told her to get out of the car. He drove off the side road, and he came back 10 minutes later, and Nick wasn't there.
Where's Nick?
I've left him to look after the dope plot. Get in.
You look really evil.
That was the last time this girl saw Nick, and that was the last time there was any proper formal sighting of Nick. Never been seen again.
Specialist police teams searched all the side roads along the desert road, but turned up nothing.
If there had been a body handy, I'm sure we would have found it.
Police believe Hudson had returned after the murder and moved the body. Then, prisoners who'd been locked up with Hudson came forward saying Hudson was bragging in prison of killing Nick. The girlfriend's story, corroborated by evidence from 8 prisoners, was enough to convict Hudson at trial.
You were armed, you were dealing in drugs and on the run, and you then murdered Mr. Pike.
The judge sentencing him to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 16 years.
I didn't kill Nick. Bullshit.
We still haven't got Nick Pike's body back, and that's something that I still feel a responsibility for, and I still want to get resolved at some stage. And the only way that's going to get resolved, I think now, is that is by Stephen Hudson telling us where Nick Pike's body is. That's not going to make a lot of difference to his position, but it will certainly help the Pike family immensely. As far as they're concerned, that's where his grave is, so they go there and that's where they mourn him.